Wow, wow, wow. I was at the 25 anniversary in San Francisco.
Oh, wow.
And I just remember thinking, as I was young then, I remember thinking, this is art. Like, this is inspiration. And for 50 years, you and your friends have been inspiring generations. And you still are innovating today.
Love it.
Can we just once again thank Scott? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Let me just say one thing.
I can't tell you how thankful I am for this community. It's unbelievable. The Web3 community, the best part about it is we can collaborate, we work together. I feel 30 years younger hanging out in this crowd, and I'm really thankful to be part of this. So, go Web3!
Yes,
All right. Okay. We're at the end. Well, my board, I'm going to give it one more try. We're at the end. I want to leave you with one thought for today. And I want to leave you with the thought of what type of futurist are you? Now, we'll see if this thing will work for me. It will. We'll see.
Let me get off stage.
I'm not feeling it. So no one wheel for now. What type of futurist are you? That's the question I have for you. Are you an artist that creates the future by casting a vision? Or are you a scientist that predicts the future by looking at data? Because humans, one thing that makes us different than all the animals in the world is that we think and communicate about the future. It might be the only thing that's different about us than every other mammal. We think, we talk about, we dwell on, we dream about, we sacrifice for, we invest into, we save for the future, for tomorrow, for 100 years from now. Kings and queens used to build castles that their children and grandchildren would never live in. Why? Because they had a vision for the future. And every single person in a seat right now, and anybody watching this recording, is a human and has a vision for a future. So there are two ways that you can think about the future. You can look at data, and you can say, scientifically, what's likely? And then I will, as a scientist, say, well, here's what the future's going to be like based off of critical thought of what's been and maybe what is. And then there are the artists, those that cast a vision, those that create what is not, those that speak for and say, this could be, and it happens because they say it could be. And so there are the artists and there are the scientists. So what type of futurist are you? Now, regardless if you're a scientist or an artist, you have to make a decision. I had the one wheel because I was going to go back and forth. It was going to be very exciting. You have to make a decision. Are you going to be critical or are you going to be optimistic? Now, it doesn't matter if you're a scientist or an artist. When you think of the future, when you talk about the future, when you dwell on the future, when you save for the future, when you invest into the future, when you sacrifice for the future, are you of the mindset of fear, anxiety, pessimism, and critical thinking? Do you wholeheartedly believe in dystopia? Or have you honed the muscle of your mind and your heart and your soul to believe in an anti-dystopic future? Have you made a decision as a scientist or an artist that the future can be great and that you could be a part of the greatness? Do you have an optimistic view, as Scott and his friends must have had over the decades, that they could keep going? They could keep creating new sound. What is music? It is sound and the absence of it. That's what music is. It's the mixture of sound and the absence of it. And music is one of the art forms that moves our soul. Doesn't matter what language you speak. Doesn't matter what your age is, or what gender you are, or what ethnicity you are, or what geographic location you're from. Your socioeconomic background doesn't matter, but when it comes to music, it can move your soul. Just sound and the absence of it. If you're an artist or a scientist, Do you have vision? Do you have something that is driving you forward that you're optimistic and hopeful about? Because it doesn't matter if you're predicting from data or if you are simply speaking forth what could be. There is so much dystopic media in the world, the Terminators, the Blade Runners, the Black Mirrors, that it is really easy to get into a rut of cynical thinking. And therefore, all of your data, you see the data from a dystopic point of view. And you talk about and you cast vision about how dangerous AI can be and how dangerous blockchain can be. Or are you making the decision? And this is it, I'm done. This is the final thing. I don't have a statement of what you should do. I'm simply asking you a question. And the question to dwell on is, what type of futurist are you? Because it doesn't matter if you're a scientist or an artist. What matters is, are you making a decision to have hope? It's been said that we can go weeks without food, a week without sleep, days without water. You can even go 10 minutes without air. But can a human survive without hope? But are you just redlining? Barely surviving, that hope gas tank is almost empty? Well, then find somebody here tonight that seems hopeful and get around them, right? We have a tendency to become like the people that we spend our time with. So spend your time with some hope-filled, optimistic scientists, with some passionate, visionary, life-giving artists, and may you, yourself, make a massive impact in the world as Scott and his friends at Pink Floyd have done. I will see all of you over the weekend. So happy to be here. Thank you.